Oh boy. Trey already plowed the driveway some, but he plowed it and there's already another foot. Good morning, guys. I am tripping over snow. I am walking out to the greenhouse. I've been busy. We're once again in my half and ground greenhouse. We are in the middle of winter, as you can see. I took some of those clips from a couple days ago when the snow was really coming in. We got quite a bit more snow, which was sort of unexpected because they always say we have a winter storm coming and nothing ever happens, or it's very rare it happens. We've had a lot of winter storm warnings and we get like an inch or two. That's not a winter storm, but I understand it's very hard to predict the weather, and that's okay. But because of the storm, I've been tracking through the snow out here and starting a bunch of seeds, and I wanted to share what I started, and I bought a whole other basket of things I want to start. I am on a limited time schedule right now because my boys have a basketball game in town and we got to drive, I don't know, we got to drive to it. So my husband's probably going to be coming out and wondering where the heck I am, but I snuck off to the greenhouse to film a YouTubes because it's a seed starting day. So the first update is we're going to do these. These were the onions and the shallots that I had planted with you guys a while ago. And I left them in here. No sprouts have happened. It's been a week and a half or maybe even longer, maybe 2 weeks. I ordered this giant heat mat. It's plugged in and I ordered it has 4 seeds on it. But we've been getting really cold this week. We have had a very mild winter here in Central Oregon, but in March we've gotten over a foot of snow and we've dipped down into 0 degrees, 2 degrees, digits. It's been pretty cold. So we're having which is not unusual for March. And heck, I just saw a memory of mine pop up and it was like April 26th. We had several inches of snow. It is not unusual. One year, there's rumors, I wasn't here when this happened, but there was a foot of snow on the 4th of July. So crazy weather patterns here are not unusual. But with that being said, so it's kind of cold. It's probably a little too cold for these onions and shallots when I did it out here, and that's okay. It's all about an experiment. I'm not worried about these. I believe they're going to come up. I'm like 90% sure they're going to come up. If they don't, I'll just resow them. It's not a big deal. So we have our, what do we have? Yellow Spanish onions, shallots, magic carpet thyme, regular thyme, cilantro, regular thyme, and orangello thyme. And last over here we have the Romanesco broccoli in this one. And I have, so that's all that's over there. Let's go over here. This is a whole tray of Savoy cabbage. This is a whole tray of red acre cabbage. This is a whole tray of Waltham broccoli. Waltham broccoli? I don't know. I need to clean my messes. All right, this is snowball cauliflower, purple of Sicily cauliflower, more purple of Sicily, and purple peacock broccoli. Okay, so last year there is a thumbnail of me and I have this giant head of purple broccoli and I thought it was like a normal broccoli, but I think it was a sprouting broccoli and I thought I had ordered it from Azure, but it ended up being, I looked at my Azure orders and I ordered regular broccoli. I did not order purple broccoli. So that makes me think, obviously I direct sowed a lot of stuff and they all came up really well, but it took a very, very long time for them to come up and I got impatient, so I bought starts because I thought they were dead. But that broccoli I actually started myself, and I believe it was the purple peacock broccoli, but just in case, I've also ordered some purple sprouting broccoli. I think I was out of it, but I believe that's what it was. I got Patterson onions. I started more onions. I did this in my class actually, so I felt like I needed more onions, but then I was like, no, you really don't. But then I was like, yeah, I really do, because I planted them so precisely, that I felt like I didn't have enough. But it was a good demonstration for the class I taught on last Sunday, which went really well, and I'll be teaching again. That class was seed starting and direct sowing and all about garden, how to start a garden from seed. My next class, even though it will be in April, the end of April will be talking about growing a garden through the fall, because I think that is the utmost important. And I know April is when everybody is getting their gardens here going and you're thinking of your spring garden, but I want to encourage you to also be thinking of your fall garden. So also we got Long Island Brussels sprouts and Catskill Brussels sprouts. Obviously nothing has popped up. This just got freshly planted. Here we get a little more variety. I'll come back to these. These are my early golden cabbages. And this is my Jersey Wakefield cabbages back here. And this tray is a bunch of flowers and herbs. And I'm about to start a bunch more flowers and herbs because I want to beautify my farm on kind of a budget, I guess, but I'm utilizing what I already have. I want to try and not buy too many perennials and things. I do have trees coming and some grapes coming, and I need some currants and gooseberries, but I'd also like to try and do my own cuttings from my own bushes and see how that goes. I've tried this a few times in the past and I've failed, but there's always this year. So we have lemon mint, English lavender. It's really kind of hard to sow, but I'm going to try it. Mullein. I have 2 different kinds of mullein, which I grow a lot of mullein here, so I know you guys are probably wondering, it grows wild here, why I'm doing it. But these are different varieties. They're actually super beautiful. This is Mullein Southern Charm and White Bride. I have a third one. I couldn't find it. I need to look harder and see where it is. I have a petunias, Lace Veil, Petunia Super Blissum Giant, and mixed petunias. I have all these beautiful, a lot of these petunias came from Baker Creek, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and like double petunias, and I think they're going to do well, Lord willing, if they grow. So there is a update on what I've started thus far. Oh, and didn't I start kale? Where was that at? I don't think I marked it. I think this is my mixed kale. I need to get a marker out and mark that so I don't forget, because I have mixed kale in there too. And so yeah, it's pretty cold out. Next week though, actually today's supposed to be, from here on out, it's supposed to, I know it's snowing now, but it is supposed to be in the 40s. All this weekend, it's kind of rainy and cloudy and 40s. Next week, it turns into 50s and 60s. We even get up to like 63 next weekend. So it's pretty amazing. Next weekend is our first community garden meetup, which is back to the garden, and we're gonna be starting more seeds. I really need to get this top removed off and over so we have a place to put them. We're gonna be working in my high tunnel, which will probably be a video coming up because I'm going to be sprucing that up. And I have talked to you guys for years about putting like the corrugated plastic on the high tunnel front and painting the plywood. Well, this is giving me the swift kick in the butt I needed. And I already bought all the plastic, well, most of the plastic. I might only be able to do the first bit. We'll see. I bought quite a few sheets, like 15, 16 sheets of corrugated plastic, but I don't know if I'll be able to do the peak. But the peak doesn't look that bad, but I'll eventually change the whole thing to corrugated. But we'll get all the trashy bits where it's like flapping in the wind off and make it look prettier than what it does. So it's giving me a really good time to clean up the garden or the high tunnel and make it look good and pretty and more professional. I know this is our farm, but I still want it to look professional. I want it to look nice. I want it to feel, maybe not professional is not the word. Maybe like, I don't know. I just want it to be nice. So that is that. I still have time. Looks like nobody's leaving. Oh, I want to show you what I have in here. I said I was, oh my gosh, I'm sitting on this chair and it is freezing my tuchus. It's a metal tractor seat. I'm going to talk about the flowers I want to grow. So we're going to go through my little basket, and I have flowers. I do have some herbs, but that'll probably be a different video. But these are the flowers. I might not start these all because I'm looking at them and it's a lot. We're planning a lot of landscaping around the farm, and just with a lot of other things we have going on at the farm, landscaping is taking a backseat. It was supposed to be the forefront of our time and resources this year, but with other things happening, we need a whole new septic drain field. That's what's happening. So we needed to allocate our resources elsewhere. And I also kind of need to hold off planting because I don't know where they're going to need a dig. So we got some issues to follow out, but I can certainly start flowers and be able to transplant them out when I'm ready. And we should be getting that done this spring. So Lord willing, we can get everything done. We bought a foreclosure in 2015. I'll be here 9 years. This is the longest I've ever lived anywhere in my life. And the original, oh, I gotta go, bye. It is a few days later. I'm watering seeds, and I put some bottom watering trays under the ones that didn't have it. They did get a little dry. Hopefully everything will be okay. I'm watering some volunteer lettuce over here and some trees, and I gotta get more seeds going today. Whew. I don't know what the temperature is out here, but it is warm. There's still quite a bit of snow out there. Probably still like 4 inches, but this is like the coldest day that we have left this week. And it's supposed to be up in the upper 40s, 50s, and into the 60s. So that's kind of nice. Some herbs I need to get, more herbs I need to get is spearmint. I think I already did thyme. Did I already do sage? Might need to do more sage. Milk thistle I wanted to grow. So essentially I want to beautify spaces around my farm with seeds I grow myself. I think I explained that in the last clip, but I'm not sure since it's been a couple days. So I have a bunch of sweet peas here. And these I'll just plant on climbing things around the farm. Little garden, big garden, wherever around my house, wherever needs some beautify. I have some black-eyed Susans. Several variety of phlox. We have the cherry caramel, lavender beauty, and the sugar star. Carnations. I have some Joe Pye weed. If you're not familiar with that, it's this giant bush, and I have seeds, so it's going to take a while for it to get giant, but hopefully it'll work. We got some starts off, or got this lady in Bend was digging up her whole bush one year when we were out garage sailing, and we got a bunch of it dug up. Mine all died. I think my mom and my sister, both theirs are still alive, but mine are 2 sheets. Larkspur, I'm going to do these pretty quick so I'm not like yakking your ear off. Shasta daisy, African daisy. We're going to try, this is a fresh pack of English lavender. I wasn't sure about my last pack. Lamb's ear, summer carnival hollyhock, they're a double. More Shasta daisies, sweet williams, delphiniums. I got some chicory, that won't go outside. The outhouse flower hollyhocks, status apricot status, and a bunch of lupin, perennial lupin. It's a mix of colors. Dara flower, carrot, I lost stalk, Colorado blend, the yarrow, China aster, foxglove, digitalis. This is apricot beauty, and the bells of Ireland. I think that's all. Oh, and I have another larkspur. These are all just going to go around my house. I have all sorts of ideas about creating flower beds and landscaping around. It is time. And I think with the community garden going to be working with the garden, it's going to look a lot better with so many people. It's going to give me a little more time to work on other things around the farm as far as beautifying projects go. I think this is the first year I've ran out of bottom watering trays for everything I needed. That's a lot of bottom watering trays. I need more of those. So obviously I think I need to put some of those on my list. If you want to know how warm it is, the camera shut off because it got too hot. I got some. So I've just finished out this tray. I'm on my last tray. Flowers at least. And we'll see how that does us this year. I have a whole stack in my house that I'm going to direct sow as well. So like sunflowers and bachelor buttons, and I think I do have some yarrow I'm going to do, and some of these Dara carrots. I'm going to see how they all do. And whatever doesn't come up good, I'll direct sow some more. So there's that. Okay, back to work. Camera shut off again because it's too hot. I guess that's my sign to wrap up this video. I did plant all the flowers, mostly all the flowers I wanted to get done. I didn't get the outhouse hollyhock. I got the carnival, which were my priority because they're a double. The outhouse ones are just a single, but they're beautiful. I'm going to just direct sow those. Yeah, but it's time to go in. I need to take a break. It's blazing in here. I'm having to put trays. You can see them down here. I have some on the ground over here. We need that's on the list. Maybe Trey and I can come out and do this tonight where we chop that and do that, get them off the ground. We're gonna have seedlings on the ground no matter what, because we're starting a crap ton of seeds this Saturday with our Back to the Garden group. So this greenhouse is about to be packed out with seed trays filled. Nothing's germinating yet, although it was really funny right here. I'll show you. I've had these onions. They're just in here all the time. I cut them for green onions. I think that's what they were, but they're in kind of a puddle because I was just watering this tree. You see these, those are onions popping up. I let these go to seed last year, and I let them go to seed last year, and now they're coming up, so that's fine. Oh, I still have a ton of herbs I need to start, and I have a ton of all my tomatoes I need to get going, but it works out that I haven't started my tomatoes yet because my onions are still indoors, and I do not want to bring my onions out until I have that extra table to set them on, because I want them, because I've been babying them for the last few months, and I want them to stay babied. It is the time of year where I set an alarm on my phone at the same time every day to come out here and water the greenhouse, because everything is drying, going to be getting very hot, especially in these 60-degree, mid-60 days we got coming up. And I don't want to lose anything. I want everything to spend all this time doing it, and I have to be diligent about it. So thank you guys so much for following along with me as I start all these seeds and show you all my seedlings. And it's been a lot of content out in this greenhouse. Well, I've been out in this greenhouse a lot, so that's just kind of where we're at in life. I have another video coming out your way. That high tunnel, we've been doing like a massive cleanup on it and redoing of all of the things to make it really cute. So that video will be coming out probably in the next week or two, because it's not finished, and I have a couple other videos I filmed because I'm trying to do a weekly, maybe a couple weeks. In the fall, I got in the habit of doing videos 3 days, a lot of times a week, and with winter and everything slowing down, I just didn't feel like I had much to share. I needed a much needed break. So that was that, but I'm hoping to get back into it this spring with everything that's going on. I just can't wait for things to start popping up. We have our first Back to the Garden group, which is going to be using half our garden for the community, for our church community garden. And it starts on Saturday. It looks like we're going to have well over 30 people coming out here on the farm, so, which is really awesome. The garden's going to look better than it ever has, Lord willing. So that is exciting. I'll keep you posted on that. All right, guys. See ya on my next video. Bye.